Hello and welcome back to Dance Colleges and Careers. I'm your host, Brittany Noltmeyer, and this is the show where we help you navigate that college application process. Welcome back. This is the third part in this three-part series. We talked about the dance resume, how to take the best photos for our application, and today we are moving on to videography. Videography. This, I have to say, is it's one of the most difficult parts. And that is not because dancing is hard. It's because it's really time consuming. There's a lot of different requirements, and it's often different for a lot of different schools. So I'm here with you. Stay tuned. This is really important, and let's help you save some time. How can you make the best dance videos for your college application process? Here's the thing. You are really, really lucky if you are someone who's just planning to go to the school, attend an in-person audition, and not have to prepare any dance videos at home. It's fun to make them, sure, it's wonderful, all that stuff, but it is a lot of work. It's very time consuming. And you know, the perfectionist inside of us, it makes it really hard not to do it a million times over and over and over again to just create the absolute most perfect video. And I don't blame you. And that's where it gets pretty time consuming. What types of videos do you need? How can you prepare ahead of time? And can you even prepare ahead of time? Or do you have to wait for the universities to send out the information? The first point I have to go to is still the same one as in most other videos, is you have to start with your college research. Do not start making videos before you know what they need. It's going to be a waste of time. Well, unless you want to use it for your social media or like just make super cute videos, sure. But you need to do the research first. This spot in particular is where you really need to look at your spreadsheet, see what videos each school needs, and where you can bulk create and bulk edit. Maybe one university says you need bot moz across the floor, run, run, leap, but they want you to slate. Maybe another video wants the exact same thing, but without the slate. Okay. Maybe somebody else wants the slate, but they also want you to say why you love dance or something like that. They want you to have that personal statement at the beginning. This is why it's really important to do that research so that when you get up to film, you're ready to go. You've already practiced that personal statement and you're going to be successful in what you do because you've been practicing, you've been doing the work, and now you're ready to film. Okay? If you have to set up 20 different times to film the same thing over and over again, first of all, it's going to get old really fast. You're going to waste a lot of time, and it's probably not going to be your best work because every time you're going to go, oh, this again. And it gets really exhausting. Okay? So step one, bulk research so you can bulk create. Tips for filming and editing. You have to have a decent video nowadays. Your phone can make great videos. And so you can just use your phone. That's totally fine. You don't have to get these done professionally. No way. You have to do too many. Or you can if you want. That's great. You do you. But it can add up pretty quickly and it's a lot of time. So your phones can take great videos, but you have to set up the environment to help you succeed. So make sure that you are in a facility or you bring good lighting. Make sure you have a decent backdrop or background. A dance studio is totally fine, but you might need to bring in some lighting because usually we have the god-awful fluorescent lights in there and they want to be able to see you. And it's so easy to get like a couple easy lights these days. I think it's totally worth it. Just get it on Amazon. Next up, you want to have good sound. So you need to do some trial, some test runs. And that's why it's good to practice and test out your recording area because you might get there and realize, wow, this sounds terrible. Like you can't even hear the music. And how can you tell my musicality is on if the music sounds choppy 100 feet away? So just some things to test out. Lighting, sound, and editing. You're going to need to edit your video. If you have no skills in this whatsoever, it's probably time to learn a little bit, or you can outsource. You can totally outsource. You could ask any of your friends. I'm sure some people are good at editing, but then there's also things like Fiverr where you can pay somebody to edit short, quick videos like that. So you'll need to edit your videos, but not cut and splice so much that they don't even believe it's you dancing. But you definitely want to trim off any excess before or afterwards. Look at their requirements to see if they want you to write your name on it or if they want it just raw footage. They might want that so that they believe it was from start to finish all one thing and it's not like you cut and spliced. And I don't know. It's a changing world. Maybe that's changed, and I would just look out for it to see what they like. If you don't know, reach out to the school, reach out to students who go there, reach out to the teachers, just give them a call. That's what they say in all the episodes where I'm interviewing them. They say, if you have any questions, call the school. They have people for that. It's not like me or the one-man show. No, they are a full university. They have people to answer those questions because they want you to come in successful. They don't want you to come in knowing nothing and they have to teach you everything. They want you to have the more you know, the better they can groom you and the better you'll be prepared when it's time to leave college. Ask the questions. Try not to be too afraid to make that phone call. Don't call and make annoying questions, or don't call with questions that you easily could have Googled. That's nonsense and unprofessional. And I would if you're calling with questions that is like right on the homepage, I would think, oh, well, they were too lazy to look it up. But things about the individual program where you don't know until you're really in the community, they would be happy to share that with you. They want you to be successful. And finally, make sure the videos are concise. Okay? You don't want to be sending anybody a 10-minute long video. Think about how when you're scrolling, do you sit and wait for those videos that are really long, or do you already know everything did you already get everything you want out of it in that first 20 seconds? First 10 seconds even. The first couple seconds, you know if you're going to keep on scrolling. It's the same thing. That's why it's so important to catch their attention right away. Next up, make sure that you are the main focus in all the videos. Okay? If it's a type of video where you were able to use classwork, make sure that they are going to know who you are. Not like, oh, I'm the one with brown hair and your hair's in a bun. No, that's not going to work. You need to be the center of the video. So maybe that might be something that you have to edit, or that footage might not work if it's hard to tell which one you are. It might be your best performance ever, but if I don't know which one you are, I'm just like, oh, this is a nice dance, then who's really this audition for? It's for like your entire team. Okay, so this is your personal audition. You want to show who you are, your strengths, and your versatility, but all while keeping it succinct. I said keeping it succinct, keep things within the time limits. If they gave you a time limit, do not go over that. It's better to be less as long as you gave everything they need than to go over and be like, here's more and more and more. I remember back in grade school, grade school, high school, whatever, when you would have an essay question and when you don't really know the answer. And so I would just keep writing. I'm like, I don't think I really have the answer yet, but I will keep writing and keep going. And then maybe they'll find the answer in some of this. I don't even know if that worked or not. It probably, in hindsight, it probably was annoying and like, no, Brittany, this doesn't work. That's not the answer. Thanks for trying, but no. So kind of similar here. Just, you don't want to waste their time. You don't want to waste anybody's time. So just make sure you're following the rules and staying within those time limits. So while these videos are really important, it's difficult because it's likely you won't be able to make them until it is your senior year, until at least August and September, your senior year. But start doing it then. Okay. Don't wait until March. That's getting a little too late and you're going to be really stressed out. So I am going to say, yes, do all the prep work, but just wait until it really is time to record them so you don't have to keep doing it over and over again. Because even through like the technology changes in the past couple of years, a lot of these universities are changing what they want to see because there are more digital applications and there just are more variations and changes coming out. So because they're starting to understand what they need to see from you and what they don't, and what's a waste of time and what is important. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is something you probably need to do senior year, but that's why if you do all the prep work up to it, even like the practicing, the combinations, memorizing your personal statement, I definitely encourage you to do that. Practice that so that when it's time to record, you're not like, my name's Brittany Noltemeyer, and something unique about me is I grew up on a farm. Like, okay, right? You need to sound confident. It's your first impression, and it could be more important than some of the dancing you're doing because that shows who you are, your preparation, and honestly, your confidence. All right? One final thing something you need to be aware of, copyright laws. So it depends on where you're sending these videos. If you have to put it on YouTube, this is one thing. If it's just like a direct link you're sending to them, it doesn't matter. If you already are creating video content and you want this to be on your page and you want it to blow up, let's say, then you can't really use copyright music. When these videos start turning into your dance reel, I'm going to encourage you not to use copyright music, like Michael Jackson or things like that. It's not that you can't post videos that are copyright infringing. It's just more difficult. And sometimes they'll get flagged and taken down. And it's just, honestly, it's just annoying. I respect all the artists and I pay for what I need and where, but it is tricky because we're expected to use certain songs, use certain styles, and we're expected to upload and post it everywhere. But when you post it, you get penalized. So it's like, what do you want, world? And it's just something to be aware of while you're making these videos and where you want this footage to go in your future. Obviously, there's no way around it. You need to use some of this music. Like you need to use very specific songs as you're following their dance combinations or instructions, but just something to have in the back of your head when you start turning it into a dance reel, or if you want to have any sort of online business, which is what I do and what I have. So I've really had to learn a lot about this because that whole just writing in your Instagram post, I don't own the rights to this, does not protect you from anything. And it doesn't even protect you from being able to keep the video up. And the bigger you get, the more trouble you're going to have with that. So it's just something to have in the back of your mind and to start learning about those copyright infringement laws. Thanks for joining us today on Dance Colleges and Careers, where we were learning all about the video audition, the pre-screen, the video before the big day. I hope you learned something today. If you did, do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And I will catch you in the next video.